She already told them a fake story so that nobody will look for me. I will advise every parent today, be careful. Hello, welcome to this episode of Real Freedom. On this episode, I want to talk about my personal story, and it's a testimony anyway. It's a testimony, and it's another opportunity to warn someone out there about their children. And if you are sensitive to things, maybe things that have to do with voodoo, or as you see the title of the video, I will say you have to take a kind of a walk, maybe, yeah, you have to take a walk, because not everybody that can hear this like this, what I'm going to say on this episode. So, viewers' discretion. Many years ago, as a teen, my mom took me along to the city of Lagos, Nigeria, along Badagry Expressway in Agbara Estate. Opposite Agbara Estate, one of her cousins has a very big, famous restaurant there. I have to leave because I needed to work, because she has the connection to give me a job, since the workers, the managers of those companies were crossing the road to eat in our restaurant. So, my mom came with me and spent, I think, a night or 2 nights before going back to our base. They pray together as Muslims. I don't think my mom noticed anything strange. She has a place she sleeps. People are different. My mom knows me very well to be a very sensitive person. I feel things around me. So, my mom left. She put me in a place where I slept alone. Maybe the opposite room is where I slept with my mom the first, second day before I become, the only person around. It was a bed about 10 sprig bed, what we call test. Normally students use this kind of bed in hostels in Africa. So it was covered with a white long cloth, a fabric that is white and covered the down. So you can't look under the bed unless you raise this cloth. And I think there was another cloth on top of the sprig that covered, maybe. But I know that the bed cover was also white. But you can't see under the bed unless you go down and raise the cloth. I do sweep everywhere. She has a restaurant. I was serving. A few weeks later, I begin to notice some strange things. She wake up midnight to do some kind of prayer. I thought it was prayer. See, she was on white, because my mom, if you know very well, the Muslim, you have this, what do you call it? I've lost in the white dress or gown they used to pray. Even the men has the same thing too. Something like jarabia. I think that is what we call it. So I never noticed anything strange until one day I just feel like, I think she warned me not to open under the bed, something like that. But I don't know what made me to raise the cover cloth up. I saw a little pot with some kind of blood. It was strange. I wasn't afraid because of the way I was brought up. We were taught not to be afraid. Even if we are hungry, we were taught, even if we are hungry and on the way, those things that some pagans use as sacrifice, we can eat them, they will not hurt us. So when I noticed that, I did not ask a question. I know what it was. I know this was a second life because my mom does not know about this. My mom know Ajia. She was called Ajia. Ajia means someone that has visited Hajj in Saudi Arabia. So she's a special kind of person with honor with that name. So seeing that, it was strange. I know this was a secret thing. Probably my mom does not know about it. It was different from what we know that the Malams does, which part of it is evil haram to the Quran. You know, because the Quran does not want you to talk about the future, see the future teller, something like that is forbidden. But some people do some dua to pray for people and so on. My mom know about that. I know about that. But seeing a pot with blood, I don't know what kind of blood in that. But I wasn't afraid. I was surprised. I left it, and after some months, I did not want to tell the young daughter who was about 15 then, Fausat. I don't know what happened one day. She told me, no, it's like I was sleeping because I don't sleep that deep. I noticed that she goes to the opposite room. I don't know how the curtain was kind of, because it was just a curtain that divided two rooms. It was just a store, but she divided it, put the road in the middle. So I don't know what happened that I sighted a bigger pot or a calabash, what we call calabash. In English, it is called calabash, something like that, or a clay pot. I cannot remember, but it was bigger than what I have under my bed. This particular one, she bring it out like once in a week or so. Once in a week. And there is this chicken sacrifice. She sent us some message and she make us to eat those chicken. She killed those chicken in those rooms. We heard about it. We heard the cry of those chicken. But the other smaller pot is like every night. When I'm asleep, she will bring it out. So it gets to a time I always watch out. You know, as a child, I was curious. I always know that every night at midnight, she come to take that pot. She do what she have to do. In middle of the store, the restaurant, you know, I'm between the entrance of the room, the face me and face you rooms. I'm in middle between the restaurant, which is an extension to the front, and the main store is what she divide left and right. So opposite where I'm sleeping, I can peep sometimes to see that she's sitting down because they are white curtains. Or I don't know what happened. I've seen her there without her knowing that I saw her. Maybe the breeze or whatever, I don't know. But I saw a bigger pot. I never talk about it with anyone. I was worried about it, maybe scared, but not to that extent of the way people behave where they see things like that, you know. So he has the one she does every day, and another one is like once in a week, maybe every weekend or something like that. And it's midnight. She had to. I noticed that white cloth I'm seeing, and with the mayafi is like a cover cloth, like a scarf, or those shawl, long Muslim shawl to cover. She has it there on top of her body, so I don't know how it was. Till I noticed that it's just a piece of one white fabric she tied on her waist, which is more like somebody who worship voodoo, a voodoo princess. Well, maybe that is a priestess or princess, I don't know. So I noticed that all this night I begin to look out for this moment, she will think I'm sleeping. So one day she called me. Some strange men comes around every weekend as well, wearing bead, dressing in such a way, speaking their dialect, the dialect of that area, which is called Egu language in Yoruba, I think between the Republic of Benin and Lagos State. So those people around that area knows that there is this deep language that is a bit different from Yoruba. They speak. This language extends to maybe towards Togo. I don't know. Benin Republic has the language too. So one day she told me that one of those men, they are doctors. He said they are a member. I think a week before then, she explained to me that she belonged to a group of native doctors, something like that, that she's a native doctor. I said my mom never knew about it. Something like that, that one of them saw something about me, that I have what we in Islam, I know it as Jenu. Jenu is like a kind of marine spirit or some kind of spirit. Like in Christianity, they will say the person is possessed with some familiar spirit. Yeah, that is the main word to use. Familiar spirit. So